Back in my day, when you bought the game was already on it. You didn't have to buy the game after you didn't already bought the game to play the game. You play the game and unlock more of the game by playing it. But now things are totally different. You got things like extra content and dilk, and that stuff costs money. So it gotta be some good dilk for me to pay for it, cause your boy is broke. If I'm gonna get some dilk, it gotta be good. So I put this poll out on Twitter last week, and I said, hey, if Insomniac said, hey, here goes some extra suits for $1 for Spider-Man PS4, would you be mad? And the poll went to no. I knew it was the majority was going to be no, because the majority of the people on my Twitter and within my Twitter sphere are Spider-Man PS4 fans. People were like, oh, yeah, it's just $1, and I'm like, Spider-Man for the PlayStation 1 had a whole bunch of suits on there, and they was unlockable, and they wasn't $1, it was free. Now I get it. Arkham Knight had this DLC with all these suits, right? And I bought the season pass for Arkham Knight because I was like, yo, this the last Batman, this about to be sweet. And when I was playing it with that DLC, I was just the whole time, as I kept playing the missions, because the missions was about an hour, maybe 2 hours at the most. The Batgirl one was maybe 2 hours, but I'm sitting there playing it, and I'm just going. I was disappointed, to say the least, but it's all right. Let bygones be bygones. Now, I was thinking about Spider-Man PS4 because this is going to be the best Spider-Man game ever made. At least that's what other people are saying. So if it's going to be the best Spider-Man game ever made, then listen, I want it to have the best DLC ever made. Yeah, we'll go with that. And Insomniac, y'all got the manpower, y'all got the talent, y'all are amazing studio, y'all amazing people. Y'all, if I'm a college student sitting in this dorm without no money, and I can think of this, of course you, with the people with the big bucks, the people with the talent, can think of this and possibly do it. So I'm thinking about DLC ideas, right? And then I'm like, Arkham Knight DLC was kind of lame. I remember back playing Spider-Man 3. I would play Spider-Man 3 religiously every Saturday morning after Spectacular Spider-Man went off. I was playing Spider-Man 3 because I was in that Spider-Man zone. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm Spider-Man in his piece. I remember one morning, it was a wonderful, beautiful Saturday morning. I looked on that Xbox Marketplace and I saw New Goblin add-on, some downloadable content to play as a New Goblin in Spider-Man 3. Oh! For me? Oh, yes. Little Venom went over to his mom. He said, Mom, please, can I get the New Goblin DLC? My mama said, the what? I said, New Goblin DLC. It's for Spider-Man 3. She went, what is that? Why are you asking me that? Why? Does it cost money? Yes, Mom, it costs money. No. My mama said no. She said no because I was gonna have to put a credit card on that. She was not. No. She ain't putting a credit card on no Xbox. The Xbox is for playing games, not for buying games. So Little Venom had to save up his money. I went to that store, got me a 1600 Microsoft Point card. Then I put that in that Xbox. I was like, I was so excited. I bought that downloadable content, loaded that boy up. I was Harry Osborn on that glider, flying around New York. I was like, and I'm flying, and then I, did a race or two. Then I think you could like hit people, you had your little crime stuff, and I'm playing it. And after a while, I realized that there was nothing to do. All of my excitement that was up here was just I was not happy. I was not a happy camper. I was very mad. But it was all right. It's all right. So what my point is I don't want the kids of today, the kids that are my age or younger or that were my age when I bought Spider-Man 3 and bought that downloadable content, I don't want them to go through what I went through. I want this to be the best Spider-Man game. I want this to have the best DLC. We have to have the best. Here's an idea. Two downloadable content ideas for Spider-Man PS4. Some nice dilk ideas. First one, alright, I was thinking about what would be pretty cool, something that's never been done in a Spider-Man game before. I was thinking about this and I said, wait a minute. Batman Arkham Knight, you could play as other characters. In Spider-Man PS4, you can play as other characters. Now, they've confirmed Mary Jane, but maybe you could play as other characters. I think you might be able to play as other characters. So what if the downloadable content is an mission or a story add-on, and this is an add-on at the length of, I guess, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, or it's like basically its own game, but it's set within the Spider-Man PS4 universe or whatever, or the Marvel New York, whatever they're calling it. It's set within that, right? And you don't play as Spider-Man, you play as a criminal. And like there's this complex story, this personal story. Maybe you get to create your own character. Maybe you get to play as someone else. But it's this complex story, and you are a criminal, and you work your way up to being a supervillain. And in the end, you fight Spider-Man, like have this head-on battle with Spider-Man. And the gameplay would be something like Spider-Man, but not really, because you're a different person. And maybe when you become a supervillain, you can fly around instead of swinging around New York. You're flying. You maybe start off driving, then you eventually end up flying or something like that. Like you're able to, within the story, upgrade and become better and better and better and better and better. And what if the story isn't like so sympathetic? Maybe it could be sympathetic, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's like you were born into this life. You were born into this crime family, or this crime syndicate, and this is what you know. This is how you survive. This is all of this. And Spider-Man and the cops and other criminals, are antagonists because they're getting in the way of what you're doing. And you're not necessarily shooting people, but you're doing things that are not legal, but you're doing them for X reason. It could be sympathetic with, I gotta pay for my mother's cancer care. It could be like that, or it could be something entirely different, where it's not necessarily sympathizing with the character. It's more so understanding where the character is and what is going on, and seeing things from another perspective. Seeing things from that perspective of not necessarily that I'm bad, he's good, but I'm trying to do what I gotta do and he's getting in the way, and ultimately that's annoying. And with this being a video game, you can do that and it not necessarily be like, oh my god, why am I doing this? Why am I robbing a bank? This is not good. It doesn't have to be like that because it's a video game. It could be interesting, and you could really have these nice story beats, these nice story elements in which you grow. You start off as that under-ranking thug, and you keep on moving up and keep on moving until you're like a kingpin, until you are a supervillain, and you got powers maybe, and you're just super strong, and you fight Spider-Man, and it's this real fight. That would be a sweet take on downloadable content, and I would pay $40. I may even pay $60 if it's done well, and like the game is like this 6 to 12 hour, if not longer, experience, which may be the length of Spider-Man PS4. That would be really dope, really cool, and that would be some great DLC. Yo, talk about excellent DLC. That's some DLC that's different, out of the box. They more than likely will have DLC missions that that are continuing the story of Spider-Man PS4. But that would be interesting to continue the story of Spider-Man PS4 from the perspective of someone else. And if you make your own character, that could be really cool too. And like I hear the tagline right now, I see it: become Spider-Man's greatest foe. Like, that'd be dope. That would be really cool. Now, another idea that I had, that's one, here's two. But another idea that I had, I was thinking about this game. So there's this Spider-Man game, maybe you heard of it, maybe you haven't. It's called Spider-Man Web of Shadows. And the sequel to this game was supposed to come out, and it was going to be like a sequel to Web of Shadows. It got canceled. And then the people like reworked it, and they was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to make a game that is Spider-Man's greatest hits. All right, these are the key moments in the Spider-Man comics, and we're going to just retell them and have them in game form, and you as the player will be able to play as Spider-Man within these experiences. That would be sweet, right? And then it got canceled, so you're not playing that because it got canceled. What if Insomniac did something like that for Spider-Man PS4? What if there was some DLC in which you got to play as Spider-Man in key moments from the comics? Maybe, what if Insomniac created their own spins on these key moments? you know, set it within the Spider-Man PS4 universe, and they're just different moments, you know, and they're from the past. From the past, because in this game, Spider-Man's been Spider-Man for a long time, so this will be set in the past. It'll be key moments from the comics. That could be interesting. That could be really cool. You know, what if there is the Spider-Man versus Green Goblin, the death of Gwen Stacy, or what if they do Spider-Man One More Day, because Dan Slott, and it's like Spider-Man sells his soul to the devil. Like, that could be dope. The Civil War, that could be sweet. I would play it, you know. People may not like that idea. I think it'd be cool. I think shoot, do whatever. I like it, you know. But that'd be interesting. And they're like missions, and they're about maybe 1 to 2 hour experiences in which you play as Spider-Man in these moments from his past. What if there is the mission in which you're first being Spider-Man and you're in the wrestling ring and you're fighting, you know, and things like that. Like, that could be dope. Or finding Uncle Ben's killer. That could be sweet. You know, those moments, you know. That would be sweet. And if they're longer experiences, that could be really dope as well. That's DLC that I'll pay for. Not $1 suits. I don't want no one. Come on, bruh. Like, no. You know, like, I'm not paying $1 for no dang suit. That should be in the game already. And look, I'm not knocking the fact if they do that, then whatever. Because Arkham Knight did it, and again, If I knew what I know now about the DLC for Arkham Knight, I would not have gotten that season pass. I wouldn't have. I would not have gotten it, but I did because I didn't, and now I do, so I wish I didn't. But whatever, you know, spilled milk, can't cry over it. But what I will say now is, Spider-Man being my favorite superhero, I want the best for him. I want the best, and if we got some DLC like that, that could be really, really cool. Really cool. I would love it, and I think everybody else would love it as well. So yeah, that's where my thoughts are. What y'all think? What y'all thoughts are? Where y'all thoughts at? Where y'all head at? What y'all thinking about? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, I am Venom2Million, thanking you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you're new, subscribe. My social networks are down there. And now I'm going to, after that inhale, say have a good one. Peace. Stay tuned to the next video. Maybe it'll be a continuation of my story. Was that a wink? Maybe. Peace, y'all. Have a good one. Peace.